toys are not in view. Right, hey people, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Welcome to a album review. Today, as you can see by the title, we are doing a very fun one for me today. We're reviewing Alestorm's brand new 8th album entitled The Thunderfist Chronicles. I remember when this was announced. I'm pretty sure I was at work. I saw it when at some point of early in the morning at like 5, 6 a.m. or whatever because of the time difference things. And honestly, seeing that news made my day that much better. For one thing, the album cover, first of all, I don't have the physical copy yet. Unfortunately, living where I do, it takes a lot longer than most to get physical media shipped all the way out here. It's on the way from America. It can't be too far away. But yeah, I don't have a physical copy. That's why we're enduring a photo today. Yeah, first of all, look at the album cover. I was blown away by the cover at first. I was like, they've kind of steered away from their typical mascot thing that we see on most of their albums, like Seventh Rum and on No Grave and on the debut and on Black Sails and Back Through Time. And the only one that I think about it now that doesn't have it is Sunset the Golden Age. It's only got the ship on it. But still, do you know what I mean? It's a very different album cover. There's no figure. And with a title like The Thunderfist Chronicles, I was like, oh, have we got a concept album of some sort? What's going on here? And I saw the track listing, which we'll go over, bit by bit in a minute. And I got so excited, more or less because as much of a hype up that was, unfortunately for me, the previous album that came out on this anniversary, actually, on June 24, 2022, Seventh Rum, to me, I thought this album was a bit of a letdown. I remember seeing all the singles come out, over time, and I just remember being very, very disappointed with them. While they've grown on me over time, at first, this was just not at all their best work. Like, I still would probably put this album at the bottom of everything, just because I like my Alestorm with only so much silly in it. I love the epic side of them a lot more than the true pirate stuff, whereas this album just had next to no epics. Like, there was just too much silly on it. Like, to me, the most epicest song, in my opinion, from this one is probably Under Blackened Banners, and that's not even like an epic. Do you know what I mean? It's like a mock epic. It's a great song, but unfortunately, yeah, so I was really, really hyped up because this album, unfortunately, wasn't their best. While it's actually probably their best album cover, don't get me wrong, the actual quality of their songs, in my opinion, it just wasn't the best. So yeah, so we're going to go through track by track as to, what makes this album great, what's not great about it, all that fun stuff. You know me, if you know me by now, I'm a massive Alestorm fan, massive pirate metal fan. So if you like that kind of thing, please, if you're new, hi, how are you? Hit the sub button and you can hear me ramble and rant about all epic things pirate, and it will just be a good time. But yeah, if you're familiar, you know how much I love these guys. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. We're coming in. I've done too many rankings. We're not coming in with anything. We'll just get straight into it with some more facts. So, like we said, this album came out on last Friday, June 20, 2025, and my God, is it a genuinely fantastic album. There's not much more to say. Like, it's a very concise album. It all fits together. The singles off this album that came out were literally, in my opinion, 3 out of 3, which was just an amazing offering, like I said, compared to the other one. But still, this was just absolutely awesome. It was produced by the band's longtime producer, Lassie Lamert, however you say that name. And it's, he's been producing, was his first one, what do you call it? Sunset the Golden, or did he do more? I don't know. But yeah, he's been producing their stuff for a while, and it honestly sounds great. The guitar tones are heavy and punchy. Peter Alcorn's drums are just outrageous. He's a really great drummer. Everybody shines on this album. Everything, in my opinion, is definitely stepped up, especially in certain songs, which we will talk about when we get there. Track 1 is called Hyperion Omniriff. I haven't looked up what that means, if it translates to anything, but the fact that it's got riff in the name, might have something to do with the fact that it has an awesome riff in it. I don't know. Honestly, when I saw this name, like, obviously that's not really anything. It looks kind of Latin-y. It might just be made up, but I thought generally this was going to be an intro track, like a 90-second orchestral intro track, but no, it's actually a full-blown song, and it's a great song. I love this little opener. Okay, so I should probably get this out of the way. what makes this album so much better than that one is, yes, there are silly moments on it for sure, but they don't overshadow it. Sorry, they don't. It's not right at the front. Like, I didn't catch half the lyrics on the first listen. I had to listen to them like several times to like to really send home what I was listening to in terms of lyrics. And Hyperion Omniriff is no exception. There's a lot of C bombs in this album, and most of them I think come from that song off the top of my head. But it's a song about pirate. Like, it's not just something stupid. Like, it's actually about pirates and whatnot. It's a kind of typical Alestorm song. It's not as typical as, say, Over the Seas or like, you know, those early ones like Leviathan or whatever, or The Quest. But it's just stepped up. Everything's maxed out on that song. It's really good. It's a longer one compared to the actual long song, which we'll get to when we get there. But yeah, this is a 5.5 minute song, so that's kind of, you know, it's not a quick intro, that's for sure. But yeah, and then we go into track 2, which was the second single, called Killed to Death by Piracy. When I heard that, I got super excited. This is the video for this one is also done by the same guy who did the PARTY video, which I love. I think that their little animation, you know, way that they're doing it with, I can't remember his name, but if I put it in, that's who does it. If I don't, sorry about that. Yeah, that little flat 2D animation style of music video is great. I think he's done some Glory Hammer stuff too, but yeah, obviously being tied up with Alestorm, you're practically part of Glory Hammer anyway. Yeah, this one's just great chorus, awesome little bass intro riff. No key change at the end, which is a shame, because I really think it would benefit from one, but the key does drop before the final chorus comes back in the regular key. Yeah, again, just a fun little lyric, not so silly lyrics, you know. Some men are killed by robots, some men are killed by cars. But the only way I want you to die is, you know, by piracy. It's fun. Who cares? They've already played it live at the. I don't think they played it live until the album came out. I could be wrong. I probably am. They do a lot of shows. I'll say the first real silly song. Banana is a bit of a silly song, but it's a lot better than anything that came off that one. Banana Daiquiri is like the full name of it, but it's only called Banana. This one, Great, is still fun. I living my best life as a pirate. That's the chorus, and while the verses are a tiny bit, you know, dumb, it's still catchy and really, really good, and definitely not skippable. It's 3 minutes 44. It's a great song. I think it's awesome. Frozen Piss 2 is track 4, I think. And this was the first single to drop for the album. And my God, when I heard this, I was like, perfect. This is the Alestorm that I've been waiting for. It's heavy, it's catchy, the soloing in it is awesome, it's melodic. That's a key real thing to mention, that everyone has stepped up, especially Bobo with his guitar playing. The solos that he's doing on this album, to me, are just absolutely out the gate. They've really stepped up everything on this album. It's amazing. Another thing that's really been stepped up and almost is at the forefront of a lot of these songs is Elliot's black metal vocals. I never thought that Alestorm would be an introduction to someone who's trying to get into black metal. But honestly, give them this album. If they can get past Elliot's harsh vocals, I reckon they'll be fine. Because it's black metal with folk. It's very weird, but Elliot does a really, really great job. Elliot being the keyboard player, obviously, and now the black metal vocalist of Alestorm. But yeah, Frozen Piss 2, great song. The video's hilarious. What more do you want? The Storm. Probably the most serious song that they've done in a good while. Like I say, The Storm itself is better than anything off that album. Curse of the Crystal Coconut did have some serious stuff on it, but I think it surpasses that in terms of seriousness. What's the most serious thing to come off Crystal Coconut? Probably, I don't know, Chomp Chomp was a little bit serious. I say serious like actual pirate. I don't mean serious as like ballad. You know, this you could say this is the power ballad of the album. It's a lot slower, it's a lot mid-tempo, it's a lot more epic, it's a lot more stadium-like. AMP Reacts compared it to Amon Amarth. I wouldn't go that far. It's not exactly melodic death metal. There's no black metal in it at all. It's just a slow, it kind of reminds me of To the End of Our Days from the Black Sails at Midnight album, just a real sort of, but To the End of Our Days is a lot more like personal. Maybe a Call from the Waves off Crystal Coconut. It's more like that. Maybe Bar und Imbiss, is that what it's called? From No Grave, maybe. You know, it's slower, but still epic and still fun, and would be an absolute staple on the live set list. Honestly, really, really good. They only dropped that, I think, the day before the album came out. So yeah, I haven't been able to listen to that for so long, but into context of the album, it's really good if you haven't heard that. Mountains of the Deep. Now you look at that name and you think, oh, that's going to be a cool song. And it is. But lyrically, this is probably... Is it the dumbest song? No, it's not. The next song probably is. It's a song about women and their... Well, a woman, sorry, I should say. And her gigantic boobs. That's the lyric. So yeah, it's fun to sing. I imagine that will go down live well. You know, it's 2.5 minutes. It's nothing to be taken serious. But because I've had such good songs prior, having a bit of silliness this deep doesn't bother me too much. And then you get Goblins Ahoy, which is a Necrogoblicon cover I've just discovered. That is probably the stupidest song, in my opinion. I'm guessing they covered that because Necrogoblicon were on their previous tour, the tour that I saw them on. I didn't see Necrogoblicon, they didn't come to New Zealand for that, but that's all right. Like I say, that's probably the most skippable song on the album. While it's fun, I suppose, it's just a bit... Verse-wise, it's very piratey, vocally. Like, it's the most pirate-sounding song in terms of how he sang. It kind of reminds me of something off the first album, where they really, you know, get into the style of the vocals. You know what I mean? Like... It's real folky and it's real pirate sounding. But hey, it doesn't matter because after that, I'm assuming this is where the vinyl flips. I don't know, because you've got 6 songs that go for like, you know, 20 minutes or so. And then you get track 8. The track 8, the 17-minute absolute album epic closer that is the mega supreme treasure of the eternal Thunderfist. Back when I saw that this album was released and I saw the track listing and I saw that there was a 17-minute song, I was like, here we go. And this is exactly what I mean. This is what I'm talking about when I say everyone has stepped up to the plate on this album. This song is, 20 minutes long. It's insane. There's like... if you break it up, you could almost have like 5 or 6 different songs in it, but that doesn't mean to say that it jumps about all over the place. It does jump from riff to riff and bits and, you know, here to there, but it flows. It tells a really epic, pointless story about a group going out to find treasure from somewhere that they don't know, for a treasure that doesn't exist. I think it's a lot of lyrics to really comprehend, but thank God they released a lyric video because that is really, really helping me. But honestly, it's just amazing. It's got 2 choruses essentially, which is the one that there's one that they start with, Far From the Roads We Have Traveled, and there's another one that is just a lot more epicer than that opening chorus, I'm pretty sure. I think if I sum it up, it's reminding me of the title track for Sunset of a Golden Age, but obviously a lot more dragged out. There's so much more going on. There's about 4 solos in it. The black metal vocals are dominant in this song. Again, a bit like Death Throes of the Terror Squid, but again for 20 minutes long. Christopher sounds great on the keys and on the vocals, obviously. Like I say, the riffs in it are awesome. The soloing in it is so intricate. There's a mad sweep section and then like this descending part that's just, when I hear it, I'm just like, God, I've listened to the song so much since it came out, and I'm hearing new things every time I listen to it. It's honestly that good. And then out of absolute nowhere, Russell Allen is on there from Symphony X. I was like, okay, you know, it's just at this point now, Alestorm have left the pirate metal. I mean, they've done it before already, but they've definitely entered the realms of power metal now. You know, it's absolutely insane. Like I say, they already come under the power metal umbrella, but they've really cemented it in with this epic track. Russell Allen's on there. Paddy Gurdy makes an appearance, of course. She's only on the album for that song, which is a real shame. But still, her presence on the album is great. Yeah, it's honestly amazing. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a slut for progressive long stuff. I love Dream Theater and Maiden's long stuff. So the fact that my like 4th favorite band of all time has released a 17-minute song, you can guarantee that I'm going to be playing the song for a goddamn long time. And you should too. It's Alestorm's best song in a very long time, but that's me because it's ticked every box that I love. Do you know what I mean? And it makes this album a really, really great listen. You get through, it's pretty much like Rush's 2112 in reverse. You get through all the singles and then you get the epic one-sided album at the end. If that's how the vinyl goes, I don't know yet until it turns up. But yeah, like I said, every time I listen to that song, I hear new things. It's just amazing. And it ends with that epic chorus. It fades out into the ocean, and then it ends in a real typical Alestorm way, I suppose, with like waves and oceans. And then there's a random old telephone that rings, and then someone picks it up. And I don't know what they say exactly. It probably, I think it's Bournemouth, which is what they've been shouting at the end of every show for some reason. Yeah, when Russell Howard turns up, and a bit earlier on, they mention the terrible city of Bournemouth. You know, it's like, it's so cool. They're a great band. It's a great album. I would highly recommend you listen to it. Now that this album is out and I've listened to it, I will be ranking Alestorm's albums all over again. I haven't done that since the start of this channel, so I'm really keen to actually sit down and really decide where this album goes in my ranking. By how passionate I'm talking about it, you can probably tell it's going to be in the top half, especially because of that 17-minute track, like, alone. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a fantastic album. I will be playing this one for a long time. Definitely strong contender for album of the year, which is a great shout because it's like literally bang smack in the middle of the year right now. I'll doubt anything will top this. I'll still be listening to this in 3 years time. So yeah, that's my take on Alestorm's brand new album, the Thunderfist Chronicles. I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5. The only thing that stops it from being 5 out of 5 is Goblins Ahoy. That's what's holding it back for me from being a perfect album. But hey, that's just a small price to pay from from how amazing this album is. Whatever, you know what I mean. Thanks for hanging out with me, team, while I sit here and take you through my passionate thoughts on Alestorm's Thunderfist Chronicles. Let me know down below if you've listened to the album. Are you a fan? Do you hate it? Is the Super Supreme, Mega Supreme Thunderstorm too big for you? You know, is it dumb? Is it great? Let me know. We'll have a chat. Join the family, hit the subscribe button, keep an eye out for the next video. Cathartic Angst's brand new single drops tomorrow on Spotify. Keep an eye out for that. But yeah, got another video coming soon. It'll probably be the Alestorm ranking real quick, maybe tomorrow, who knows. But hey, until that happens, everybody, stay inside, stay safe, jam the Thunderfist Chronicles, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you later.